Hello, everyone. I'm going to read another excerpt of my book, Embraced in the Pillow of Madness by Melanie Lightbeam. It is available on Amazon. And trigger warning, this is a sad story. You couldn't even help me to euthanize my cat. It was a sad day. I remember it too close to my heart. My dearest cat, the cat who's been living through all my relationships, who's been me through every single move, who was devoted to me and loved me. He was getting old. 22 years old, and I knew it was his time, but I wasn't prepared for it. I brought him to the vet when he got sick. The vet pretty much shook his head and said that there was nothing they could do. But he gave me medicine. He gave me pain relief. Gave me something for the cat. It was a bottle of hope that maybe he would pull through. But as the few days had passed, my beloved Bijou fell over in a seizure and could not stand up on his own. He just laid there on his side, and when I tried to lift him up, his legs completely gave out under him. I knew it was time. It was time that I had to euthanize him. My child, my family, my devoted cat that was with me, no matter how good or bad life had become. So, of course, I go to the other devoted being at the time in my life, my significant other, where we've already been in a relationship, living together for 7 years. I went up to him and said we needed to go to the vet. It is time. He was too busy playing with Xbox. He was too busy watching the other girl as she cleaned. He was too busy that he just didn't want to be bothered with me. He told me to go without him. Did I just fucking hear that correctly? Our cat, our bundle of joy, which I now have to bring to the vet to euthanize, you want me to go without you? I was in shock. I called a friend up who raced over as soon as he heard what was going on and took me to the vet. I went in with the cat. We went to the room and the vet did his examination. It was just so peaceful. I was petting him, and he was trying so hard to purr, but you could tell the defeat in his eyes. I held him as the doctor put the needle into him. The cat didn't even move. The cat was probably on his way even before the needle went into his skin. And just like that, not a twitch, not a jerk, his chest just simply stopped moving. He was still so soft to the touch. His fur was so warm, but he was there, lifeless. To dispose of his body, the vet wanted an extra $200. I didn't even have the money for the euthanasia. So I put a cat in the box, still wrapped up in his blanket, and he handed it to me to take home. I'm now carrying a box with my dead cat in it. I paid the vet, and I just aimlessly went outside where my friend was waiting for me. I put the cat in the back seat on the floor of the van, and I just sat down on the floorboard, sinking as the tears bursted from within. My cat, my family, my child, all gone. And I had to turn to my friend and fucking say that he, meaning the other so significant other in my life, he could not even fucking come and be here with me. What the hell did I get myself into? Why the hell was I trapped in another toxic, broken relationship? And if it was bad enough, my first, not even with me during my father's funeral, I now have a guy that cannot even be with me for my cat. He later on said to me, "It's just a fucking cat." It's just a cat? Just a cat? That very animal has been with us through our lives. So not only does he invalidate my feelings, but he invalidates the existence of my cat, simply because it's just a cat. So I sank down into that van with my friend, who came over to hug me. He didn't even say a word. He couldn't say a word. He just held me. Maybe that was all I needed at the time, was a hug. My own partner could not even give me the love and devotion but my friend could just hold me as the tears came out. The worst part was going home with a dead cat in the box. His lifeless body. What the hell was I going to do with it now? Even that became an issue, as he decided to take the cat to his job at the time and bury it in the pet cemetery. He was working on a ranch that had its own little pet cemetery, and he ended up taking it there to bury it. That wasn't necessarily the issue, but it became so when later on we visited the ranch, and he neglected to even give me time to look, to grieve, or know where the cat's whereabout was, where he was buried. The more I think of things like this, the more in my mind I heal for how bad, toxic, ugly, disgusting, and disrespectfully narcissist he was, and how he destroyed my life in so many ways. Even in burying my cat, he couldn't even give respect to me or my cat. Now, since he no longer works there, and the groundskeeper who used to be his friend was fired as well, it leaves me in a sad situation that my cat is buried on land that I will never see or never go to ever again. So I guess that justifies the endless loop of madness with the relationship. He couldn't even give me respect or love or console me at the time I needed it the most. He abandoned me way before he ever broke up with me, and I was just too blind to see it. At what point will people start seeing me as a woman? Why am I always the immature child? Why was I always treated with kid gloves when I'm a responsible, mature, aging woman? I know I look younger than I actually am, and I have a history of so much of different walks of life. I have an exceptional professional career in various fields of study, and yet I'm forever reduced down to nothing. I'm treated younger in all of my businesses. I'm treated badly by random strangers. I'm treated younger by all my lovers and partners. Screaming in my head occurs that how stupid and childlike and immature I am. Am I that broken that time has frozen me into the mindset of a little child? Is that what the real issue is? Is that why I can't find stability, love, affection, or normalcy? Is it because I'm completely stuck in an age where no one takes me seriously and no one treats me well? I never wanted to be treated like this, but is that what my natural being is? Is that why so many men have easily taken advantage of me? Because I'm nothing more than a scared little girl who would do anything and everything for another. That was an excerpt from my book, and obviously to this day, I still can never visit my cat. He is in a pet cemetery that I will never see him ever again. But I was so blinded by the fact that even my dearest cat, my family, he couldn't even be with me just to euthanize and watch his life get drained from a prick of a needle.